So this is a really good question. I really like how this is broken down on what you're trying to build. Now remember, Client Portal is still in the skateboard model, and maybe we're getting closer, but we're still limited in what we can do within a single community. The question is, you have trying to build a multi-tiered paid community. You've got 3 options for your multi-tier. Each tier has specific courses and resources, and the higher tiers can also access collateral in the lower level tiers. I'm assuming that means collateral or specific courses. So this is where you're going to have to get really specific on what you're going to do as far as these 3 options. So if we're doing a $50 a month, a $2.99 a month, or a $5.99 a month, when it comes to the courses, we can grant access to courses if there are resources that you're putting on specific channels in your community. You can unlock those channels. So if you've got resources that are specific, for example, what we do, we have a VIP unlimited channel that has resources in it. So when you're on the VIP, you will see that locked channel and you can grab those resources. So my recommendation is, if you just want one community, have the course that goes specific to each one of these. So maybe like a welcome course or whatever the first course is, you're going to want to map this to each one of your tiers. So this would be 3 different courses, one for the $50 a month, one for the $2.99 a month, and one for the $5.99 a month. So we've got to grant them access to the course. And then inside the channel, you'll want to create a locked channel for resources. Now, if you're just emailing it specific resources, I'm not sure what exactly the collateral is. If it's like documents or downloads or things like what we do in the VIP, then I would definitely create 3 locked channels, one for option 1, one for option 2, and one for option 3. You also want reoccurring monthly payments to go through GoHighLevel, and you want to register and have the client management be as automated as possible. And yes, I'm going to show you similar to what we're doing, but what you can do with a 3-tier reoccurring. Everything here is built in GoHighLevel, and we use Stripe payment processor. So everything I'm going to show you is built and done in GoHighLevel, and this should help you get your project going. Let me show you a couple different options. Now, we naturally want to go in here, and then basically everybody wants to seem to come over here and make subscriptions to your actual community. Well, there's limitations again, because Client Portal is still set to one price getting into that community. So the first option that would be in everybody's mind is, okay, maybe I need 3 different communities. I need to go in and create 3 communities. My recommendation is always have a free community. And within that free community, you're going to want to create locked channels. So when you add a channel, this is where you would create the locked channels to give those resources. And right here where it says make private, this is where you would click that locked channel. You could give it that channel name. Let's say, for example, option 1, option 2, option 3, and you make that channel private. No one else will see that channel until it is unlocked for them. And that's how the channel works. So I recommend one free community, come in, check us out kind of thing, have locked channels for different tiers, and then you're able to manage everybody in one and really grow your community. That's the first setup there. How did we create the 3-tier program? I'm going to show you a quick tip on how to create the 3-tier program, the multi-tier program, and then I'll show you how to set up your workflow and how to set up granting access to the course, and I'll show you how to set up that offer for the course. The first thing that you need to do is you need to have 3 payment options. Now, if you're doing a course, you're going to want to do a course offer. And here's what we found this out. We were trying to build our store. We were going into products, adding products, and then it was duplicating whenever I added an offer. So the first thing that you're going to want to do is come over here to your courses and go into offers. You have 3-tier offers. So you're going to want to create an offer for that first course, add the products, the courses that go with that offer, then add your reoccurring here. And this is where you would say your monthly reoccurring, leave everything blank. The first tier would be option 1, select the products, the courses that go with option 1. reoccurring. This would be your $50. Then you put your test override. This is where you would just say $50 per month, and that will show up when you create the offer. So let me go ahead and cancel this because I'll show you what an offer looks like. Let's just say right here, I'll go to the AI Agency Master Course. Now that I've created an offer, what happens is the second you create an offer and you attach the courses, or you can include other products into that offer, the second you make that offer, what happens is when you go into payments, it's going to automatically, under payments and products, it's going to automatically set up that offer. And it'll say whatever the price plus your offer. Okay, so now we have a product we created. I know this is a little confusing, and I know that they're working on making this a little bit better, but create your offers for your first option, your second option, and your third option, and go ahead and attach the courses. Now I go and double check into the course product. And when you go into products, just we want to make sure you have a description and all the nice things. And then any images that go with it is fine. This is really just more for if you're going to put it in the store, you would just turn this off if it's not. When you click on your pricing, this is the pricing for the product. The additional options will show membership offer and what's included. So for example, this one, and it may not show here because I think I did this as a product, but your membership offer should show here. So if they buy the option 1, option 2, option 3, and what you do here is you would do your pricing as reoccurring. The first one would be your $50. Then you would go in and create offer in the membership again for your $2.99 option, and then the third one for your $5.99 option. So once you have all of your products in and you have them all set up, ready to go as far as the products go, you don't need to be as detailed. I would just put a description, what's included. I'll show you here in just a second how this would work. Let's go back to memberships. You've got your 3 offers that you've set, $50, $2.99, and $5.99. You'll have it attached to the courses that they get access to. And then you will go and make sure everything is set up under the payments that they all came through, and do any adjustments on your products here and just confirm that everything's connected. Now, these are workarounds. We got to do offer. It'll come in, it'll create a product, and then you're good to go. You don't have to do all this. We just have this because we are opening a store. Now, the next thing you're going to want to do after you've created your products is you're going to want to create your funnel for the product. So let me show you a demo funnel here to show you how this works. When you go into your sites, you would actually create a new funnel. And what I did was just really simple. I just created a new funnel, and on the first page, you want this to be your options. Now, this could be on your website too, or wherever you want. And all I did, just to make it fast, is you can always come in here and grab the pre-built sections right here for the pricing plans, and you can select whatever plan you want and create your step 1. So this could be on your website. You could set this up in a funnel going to a specific page here, or create this on the website page where you have a URL to your funnel. What you're going to want to do is you'll create your 3 tiers. This would be your $50, this would be your $2.99, and this would be your $5.99. And then you would make your page look good. So first you want to create your pricing page with the tiers, and we'll come back to this here in just a second. And then the next page on the funnel is going to be your options. You want to create your option 1. Now, working with funnels is really easy. Once you create one, it's just real easy to duplicate and pull option 2, option 3. So let's just go into option 1. And so this would be the option 1, just reiterating, here's what's in option 1. And here is your form. You can add your 2-step, or my recommendation is always add the 1-step order form unless you're trying to collect abandoned carts, or you're planning to use Stripe's payment plan. So you're going to want to bring in the order elements from the store, and there you go. So now we've got our form. Now you can customize that form. Obviously we don't need shipping. You would edit this to be completely to your specific membership. Now what happens is, now that we've got option 1 done, and if you've already been doing from funnels, it's real easy. You can just go in and duplicate that. In fact, let me just show you what I did. So if you have 3 options or 2 options, all you got to do is just add a new step, name your step. Let's just say we were going to do an option 4, option option 4. So let's go ahead and create a new funnel. Once you get your option 1 set, quick little shortcut, use from existing, go find your demo, pick your option 1, the design's done, and you're ready to go. And you can keep doing this on all the options because that's all we did on these was just duplicate them and rename them option 1, 2, 3. All right, so let me go ahead like this so get that out of our way. And then you're also going to always want to have your thank you or your next step. Thank you, you could use an existing page, create one from blank. Let's just say I want to create one from blank. I can just pick one of these pre-templates, which is really awesome that they started doing this. I might pick something kind of fun. Here's a frequently asked questions. So let's just say I want to just stick to the same product look and feel. I could just bring this one over, remove all the buttons, just make this say thank you. What's next? You always want to have a what's next. That's it. Period. End of story. You can, like I said, you can just go in and just create your own. Stay to the same look and feel. If you don't want to use the bar, here's what's happening next. Add your instructions. Again, I'm doing this really quick. It's nothing too crazy. We don't need all that. This could be a welcome video, which is what we do. I'm actually working on these today for the new store. And there you go. And then you just add your footer if you've saved your section. Now we have our thank you page, our 3 option pages, and your main page. So let's go back. There's 2 more pieces to this. Once you have your demo layout, let's go ahead and go into option 1. And this is where you would just connect your option 1, 2, 3. And all you would do right here is go to option 1. And on the button, you just come down here. You say, okay, where do I want the button to go to? Let's go to step. And I like to do step versus next step. So we labeled step 1, option 1, 2, 3. We labeled very clearly, so it was easy to do. Then you come over here to button. Let's go to next step. This would be step option 2. We would go to step. This one would be. So when they click on this one, it's going to take them to the option 2 funnel page. This will take them to option 3. I won't continue to go into too much design. Let's just show you how to connect the product that you just created based on your offer. And I'll just show you on one of these options, and then you would just repeat the same process for option 2 and 3. Option 1, right over here, you're going to come over here to the product section. So with option 1, you'll go to products, and then you would add the product that you just created. For example, I'm going to add this one. Let's pretend like it's yours. It's going to ask you which price option. So you're going to have the product, the price, the product name, which this would be whatever your membership's called, $50 per month. That's our product name or the membership name. And then I put the price over right in here. And you're a membership, so you don't need to allow multiples. So now, if we were to look, we've got this price. Now, keep in mind, I picked a random product. And when you preview, your membership is now here for option 1. And that's all we're doing. So when they come right here, it'll say $50 a month. And there you have your payment. And what's great is it is attached to the product of your membership, your monthly reoccurring membership. And you would just repeat this process. So option 2, you would find the next tier of the product, the reoccurring product that you created or offered, $2.99. And then this one would be your $5.99. Now what happens is on each one of these, there's one more thing on the funnel, and that is to make sure, quick tip, to make sure that on your form page right here, that you go in and you say, what is the next step? What are we going to? So I'm going to select a step, and I always select thank you. And again, I don't do the next step. It always makes me nervous. So I love doing specific steps and naming specific things because I know I'm telling the system exactly what I want it to do. So you will do the same thing here on option 2 and option 3. Be sure on your form that you select the thank you step. That means as soon as they pay, it's going to take them to the thank you, what's next. You're creating an amazing user experience for somebody who is signing up for 1, 2, or 3 of your options. Now, once you get your funnel set up, the last thing you had said is, I want the registration and client management to be as automated as possible. So let's make that automated. Now, when you go into your automations right here, it's going to be really simple. My recommendation would be to create 3 workflows, one for your $50 people, one for your $2.99, and one for your $5.99. And here is why. Because those are going to help you grant access to the specific channel that I just mentioned at the very beginning. So if you have a locked channel, it's going to grant them access to specific courses, and you can talk to each of the 3 options in a way that's based on their plan. I would call it option 1 and start with your workflow. I'm going to show you really quickly on this workflow how to get in and make this as automated as possible. The first thing you want to do is have your trigger. In fact, why don't I show you on one that we actually do? So let's go ahead and get out of this one. And let me show you a product workflow. So this is a one for the website. What you're going to do is you're going to select a trigger. Yours would be add a new trigger, type in payment, and you're looking for payment received right here. And you're going to need to add these filters. This is where you would select the global payment option is, and then you would select your payment that came through. That's the product you set up. If you look at ours, this is the global product is, whatever the membership level is. The payment status is success, meaning they paid, the payment went through, it's processed, and you're good to go. And then you would select product price is, and again, that's the product that goes with the product. That's the price that goes with the product, and that's your trigger. So the payment trigger is there. Now you can add a tag. We create an opportunity, obviously. Crystal gets notified so she can communicate with our VIPs. There's your internal notification. This is where you would first grant access to the group, your free group. Let's get them in the door. Or if you created 3 different communities, then you would grant them access to the group. And all that is by coming in here and saying grant group access. And when you select it, it'll pull from the groups you have. We've narrowed ours down to 1. We had 3 or 5. We found that this with the new locked channels is so much easier. So you would select your group in the drop down. Now, once you have the group selected, it's going to say, okay, we've granted them access to the group. And then depending on how your emails are, if you have it set to the system, they're going to get a system email that says you've been granted access to the group. Now, this is a private channel. So you can see right here, action name, we listed the private channel. So how did we do that? All we did was grant private channel access. So right here, this is where you would select the group, and then you're going to select the locked channel. So once you select the locked channel, in your case, you would have $50, $2.99, or $5.99, whatever plan they're on if you're doing the locked channel in the community. That's where you would select your channel, 1, 2, or 3. And again, this would be based on, let's just say it's option 1. This would be have access to channel option 1. If it's option 2, you would say the locked channel, that's option 2. Option 3, your higher tier channel. And the reason why I'm saying set up 3 workflows is because once you've granted them access to the group, then you grant them access to the channel based on their option. And then this is where it gets really cool. You can also grant access to multiple offers. If you didn't put the offers at the sign up, you can grant access to multiple offers here. Those are your course offers. And then you can add in whatever emails or any of the special collateral that you want to send out based on that option 1. And that's really all that we did on ours. And then you can, obviously with workflows, you can take it as far as you'd like, add them to another workflow. Maybe that person goes through the welcome series. I'm always talking about creating the 3S sales and marketing system. So this would be sales setup. This is how we do it. And the email goes out. With regards to client management, you can opt to use the system email settings right here, or you can change these to your own settings. If you want to create your own emails, my recommendation is to do the emails. And I would do an email. In fact, we're redoing our emails now with the new magic link. I would do an email. This is the invitation. They join the group. This is the email that they get to get into the group. And what's cool is when they click on this, that's where they would set their password or use a magic link That would make it so much easier. We're about to add ours and customize this because everyone's getting 15, 20 emails of every course they've been granted access to. So we're going to do a magic link. We're turning off the grant access notification. We'll send out our own notifications, but if you're using the system notifications, this is where you would go. When you come down here, see where it says new course added. This is the one we turned off. If you have this turned on, they will get every course based on whatever tier you have. So if your $2.99 tier has 5 courses or your $5.99 has 10, this is where you may want to go in and just customize this. So I recommend turning this off, sending them a single invite, and then following your own email workflow. But just remember, the link to the group is a quick workflow action. The link to access to the course gets them in the community. We're switching that up a little bit. With the magic link, that's for a whole nother video training, but the bottom line is you have access to add a magic link into your email where it's based on their email that they signed up for. They set up their password and they're in. So I would definitely recommend using the magic link. So if you wanted to send up an email right here, you could go into your email that says welcome student right here, set up your email system, and in here, create a button that says access. And let me just enter here so you can see what the magic link looks like. This is the custom values. You're looking for client portal and the magic URL link. So if you add this to a button or anywhere inside of your email, it's going to take them to the login page with a magic link with their email. And if they are already in your community, it's going to take them right in or ask them to log in with their password. If they're not, it's going to ask them to set up a password and then get into the community. You've already granted them access. They are sitting with access to all of their courses based on the membership, so we're good to go. So again, that's real easy to do. Just add a button, put this there, and they'll be able to get right in. Again, that's customizing versus using the system. If you're going to use the system, ignore everything I said, but I recommend if you're granting access to more than 5 or 6 courses, go ahead and set up your email with a magic link and use that to send and turn off granting access offers so they don't get bombarded with a bunch of emails. So hopefully that helps you get set up with membership, and that's exactly what we did. Ours is just not reoccurring. Again, you can always go back and do 3 different groups, but based on our experience and all the automation available, this setting up a community with the locked channels and setting it up based on tier has been so much better. And I can only imagine with 3 tiers, I would recommend 3 channels. And that's how I would recommend setting up a multi-tier paid community.